name is Isabel Chirase, and I started at Drive on October 5th, so just a couple of months ago. Joined the team as the VP of Finance and moved to Columbus from Austin, Texas. So like any young person watching TV and movies, I thought every other teen was living a much more exciting life than I was. So I had aspirations of just getting out of town as quickly as I could. But, in retrospect, I have lifelong friends from Amarillo, and it was a very accessible community. And so, my parents didn't make a ton, but we had a great life, and I was encouraged to explore through sports and academics. And, so now I look back and I just think it was safe, and I got to meet people of different walks of life. And it was just a really good, nurturing ground for just confidence in myself and strong relationships. Yeah, so thinking about who in my life has had an impact on me it's a tough question, because there have definitely been a lot of people. But I think in this most recent chapter and career shift, I have definitely been thinking a lot about my mom. And, even though she is no longer with us, she unfortunately passed away from lung cancer a few years ago. I think a lot of who I'm becoming and, out of my 20s and into my 30s is influenced a lot by some of the things that she really encouraged me to do and instilled in me. And she and my father immigrated from Ghana to the US. And so my mom actually got here when she was 32, so right around my age. And I think that was a really courageous move on her part to come to somewhere she'd never been before to live forever, essentially. My dad had already been to the US as a student. And so I think I get a lot of confidence to take leaps of faith from her, and also because she was biased, but she always thought that there was not a wrong move I could make. And so she always was really cheering me on to go try the next thing and excel at it. And so when the opportunity to join Drive came, it was definitely a pivot from what I was doing before. But I thought that she would be very excited for the new opportunity and the new door. And also she would have been very confident that I could make it work and really thrive. So I leaned into that on this one. Through my coursework in business school and through my networking, I found that a lot of questions and answers start with the finance function. And I always thought that finance was really narrowly defined around just banking. And it turns out that there really are a critical piece of, operating at best capacity. And so I jumped into finance consulting. I thought it was the great balance of variety and getting to try something that played to my strengths. And I think Drive is an extension of that, and that I'm, back in-house. And so focusing on, the success of one organization, but now I get my variety because, we have so much going on with our various portfolio companies. I spend my time really socially, if I had to summarize it. So one of my favorite things is brunch. And I like to say that brunch is like the millennial Sunday dinner. You can get everybody together. There's an expectation that you're going to sit, be off your phones, hang out for a couple of hours and catch up. And I think with so many of us having lived in different cities and now having chosen families, that's just one of my favorite ways to keep up with people with face-to-face interaction. And then I just have always really enjoyed traveling. That's something that I've just been very fortunate to do, both with consulting and with having family scattered on a couple different continents. And so I really enjoy, whether with friends or by myself, just kind of spontaneously checking out new places.